Hey, alright, here we are playing Minecraft, and this is going to be Ladder 2, Rung 2, and what we're going to do to start off as a little bit of a project is we're going to recap everything that we did on the first ladder, all the rungs, and then start going over those things and make out some signs, maybe put like a little bit of a flare on each rung, build out this little ladder, you know, thing that we've built here, and recap, go over things a little bit, and that'll be rung 2 a little bit. All right. And so back to the ladder we have gone and should be done and built now for the most part. We'll do a fast recap of each rung of the ladder that we have done. And the first one is rung number 1. And on rung number 1, the first day that we entered the therapy world, we built a start hut, chopped trees, birch and oak. Ladder 1, rung 1, talked about where I'm at mentally. Committed to making the therapy videos, plays music, harmonica, a wooden one, and played music, a dual mouth harp. It was definitely a weird video. But hey, and then we put some birch on the side to signify that we chopped down some birch trees and made our little hut that's in the distance. You can kind of see it. Come right here, directly behind my noggin. That one. And then from there, we'll just keep working our way up. I gotta review each one of the videos, and then make like a little collage on each ladder each rung of the ladder as it goes up. And this is ladder 1, and then we are on ladder 2, and it's just a good way to bring everything together that has already been done, and then go from there. Hopefully, when we go from there, this is the beginner hut. Hopefully, when we go from there, we'll start our next project, which is going to be our first project, and we're going to finish up the surf shack. We're going to make this actually look like a surf shack. That's going to be the first step that we do once we get this little summary recap done of what we've already done. Funny enough, I went back and watched the first one, and there's like a 30-second blank spot at the beginning of the episode, and so I did a little editing and edited that back out. I think that's the right way to do it. I left a little sand pillar here as its original marker that I had put up. Kept a couple torches. I think we'll light up this ladder as we go. Not quite sure how yet. Maybe we'll get some frog lamps or something and get that going. But yeah, seems like a pretty simple, easy enough plan. I really like the shadow that it casts on the water. When you look at it from up above, it's pretty cool. Alright, let's get on to the next rung of the ladder. Alright, so on rung 2 of ladder number 1, we did conflict resolution. When we played guitar and we talked about eating emotions, admitting defeat, we built a roof on the starter hut, and we did a chachi door tango. So we put some achachi logs and some achachi doors up on this rung here, and now we're going to move on to rung 3. Alright, so we finished up rung 3. Rung 3, we went back to watch it, and it had no audio whatsoever. And so we re-uploaded it. We didn't include the original edit of it, which had music by Synth, and we talked about loneliness, and we did path blocks to the beach for the surf shack, which you can see in the behind us. And we found a treasure map. It was glitched because we're not close enough to a beach anywhere around here. And we probably did that like 13 times in the time that we've been playing before we figured out that we just need to go super far away to get a treasure map to actually work. And then we put a little sandstone on the edges because that's what we used for path blocks. We were farming sand and kind of just working on trees for pilings for the surf shack. So that was rung 3. It had 0 views and continues to still have 0 views, but at least now it has some audio, and we were able to recover what it is that we actually did for rung 3. All right, let's move on to rung 4, which might be the exact same issue. Okay, all right. So, rung 4, upon going back over the video, was about getting over it. And we decided to go ahead and re-upload that one without all the extra music and the talking on it. Original had like 3 views over 8 months and zero point 0.1 seconds watched in between all those views. So we talked about letting go our grudges and farmed oak, made pilings for the surf shack, which you can see behind us, and we did studio music synths, and that was removed, as well as the extra talking over top of our regular Minecraft talking. And then we put some oak blocks here on the side of this rung just to signify what we had accomplished on rung 4. All right, moving on to rung 5. Okay, rung 5 was a fresh start in life, and we talked about getting a fresh start from wherever we were in life up until that point. And rung 5 had originally 8 views, and we decided to go ahead and re-upload that without music and talking about life, the extra stuff on top of the video. We organized our inventory, found pumpkin and watermelon. We also found bamboo and a silk gold shovel at a ruined portal site, and we worked on our tree farm, which you can see behind us here. And that was rung 5. And we put a little pumpkin and watermelon just to signify what we had actually done on rung 5. All right, cool. Moving on. All right, so rung number 6 was process discomfort. We're going to go ahead and re-upload that. It had 6 views at 0.1 seconds cumulative, and we chopped jungle trees, we worked on the dock, and we tamed a wolf. So that's why we put some jungle logs on the side of this rung and some woofs that were tamed. And we put them up here. And we had synth music in the background, and we removed the extra talking. And we're going to move on to rung number 7 now. All right, so this is going to be rung 7, finding peace as a contrarian. We decided to re-upload this one here. It had a cover song by the Mountain Goats, No Children, that we did on guitar. We took out the extra talking about why I can't control being a contrarian. We talked about audio mixing. We worked on our sugar cane, found an underwater ruins, and we couldn't figure out how to make a brush for finding the artifacts at the ruins, and stairs out of bamboo. And then we just took and put some sand up here with some mangrove roots with some waterlogged, and made it so that we can grow some sugar cane, because we messed with the sugar cane as well. And so that's going to be the outside edges of rung number 7. Now we move on to rung number 8. All right. You know when you're not paying attention to what you're doing, and you come back and you notice something bad happened? Yeah, looks like if I open up the script here, looks like a creeper blew up, killed a couple wolves, and destroyed rung number 6 here. Yeah, I guess I should have escaped properly while I was doing research on the next rung. Oops, gotta fix that. Okay, so this is going to be rung 8 relationships. We got blown up by a creeper. We farmed some trees, landscapes, some sand dunes, used magma underwater to mine with ease, and we re-uploaded this whole thing without music and the extra talking about life. And we put the magma on the outside edges of this to show that we used magma to try to breathe underwater as we kept on going. All right, next one. Okay, rung 9, uncertain success options. We re-uploaded this one here with no music, no extra talking. We talked about how we perceive our progress in life, and then we scouted around the beaches. We made a bamboo rescue raft, and we did an adventure into the digging pit. And so we included some resources on the outside edges, got some gold and coal and some iron on here. And that's rung 9. Okay, next. Okay, rung 10, overcoming fear and pursue your dreams. We did cactus paths. We started a new desert hut, which is the big mushroom thing in the background. We did the surf shack. It emerges out of the water. And we go ahead and we re-upload this one here. It had 5 views at 0.1 second average. And, you know, with the re-upload comes the lack of all the other wacky, goofy stuff that we added over top of it. So it's just a pretty much a plain bare bones thing. We did some stuff off camera episodes, so that's where when we came back we had lots of stuff done, and yeah, that's pretty much how we have been continuing most of these things now. It's like, oh, look what we did off camera. All right, so that was this one, and we got some bamboo mosaic on the outside edge of this rung and some cactus to show our pathing is what we did for rung number 10. Okay, next one. All right, so rung 11 was challenge cognitive distortions. We re-uploaded this one, still had the music on it, and was playing and jamming and doing this episode all at the same time. So this was a weird episode. We showed the blaze spawner that we were farming, and we did animal pens. We showed those, and then we worked on the storage dome that you see there in the background. So that was rung 11, and we have some Crimson Stems blocks, because that's what's inside the nether right as you come out the portal. Okay, that's rung 11. Okay, rung 12, we did try new things. We re-uploaded this one here. The original was 6 minutes, and it was highly edited, so this puts a rung 12 at a 30-minute or so episode length after, you know, removing all the edits. We visited our disaster village. We showed off our progress and talked about our new projects. We played with Optifine on this episode, and we talked about book writing. And this is the last rung that we did for months. All right. And then now on to 13. Okay, so rung 13 is the importance of self-compassion. And it was the first feedback we got to edit less of the crazy stuff, so we did. And then this is months in between episodes. Huge amount of stuff was built. The sheep shear bridge was finished. Massive player statues, and there was multiple episode variants released when I let this one out. So this is the one of the first ones that changed the path of how we were doing these. All right, let's go on to 14. All right, so rung 14 was the battle with inner demons, and this is where we gathered for the battle with the Wither. This was the last upload we did before we got lost in writing. We couldn't beat the Wither. This was a low edit, long play episode, no crazy music, no overlays, And the concept was Wither to the jungle. We wanted to fight the Wither in the jungle, and things went crazy. And we got the Wither, the soul sand, and the skulls, and some jungle leaves along the rim, the rung here. All right, let's go on to the next rung. Okay, so Rung 15 was the lost episode. This was going to be part 2 for Wither to the Jungle. This was actually filmed like the same week, but I forgot to upload it. We put this out after the 100 days that we spent in Vault Hunters. We tested out different damage types. Undead and instant health combo proved to be amazing. And fighting the Wither at max world height sucks. And that was going to be the end of ladder 1 of Rung 15. And then the next ladder, Rung 2, Rung 1 of ladder 2 of Rung 1 is where we actually fight and beat the Wither. And then here we are, Rung 2 of ladder 2 is where we actually finish explaining the ladder. So we did a summary of everything. So as we, let's go F5 down here, cruise our way down this thing. This is all of our progress that we've made while working on our ladder to success. And we decided to go ahead and start over and reassess and rebuild and reanalyze. Because not everything in life is just one smooth progression going up. But that is our ladder to success. This is our first ladder, and then we'll make another one as we go. Won't worry too much about it for now. Feel pretty good about this one as it is. And yeah, just for today's kind of rung, it's going to be, analyze what you have done in the past and lay it out, look at it all, review it, and you can come to some conclusions about some stuff that you had no idea that you had kind of just went past and glossed over, and just helps fortify, builds a good base so that you could start over again with everything kind of at hand and ready to go. Yeah, so later.